What would you do if you were born with a secret power that could change your whole life? Imagine being able to crush metal, fight gangs, and protect people with your bare hands, but also knowing that if you misuse that power, it could vanish forever. This is the story of Do Bong Soon, a small woman with extraordinary strength, a woman who looks ordinary on the outside, but carries a destiny far greater than anyone around her can imagine. Stay with me till the end, because once you step into Bong Soon's world, you'll want to know exactly how her story unfolds. Our story begins in Do Bong Dong, a small neighborhood where Do Bong Soon lives. She's cheerful, tiny, and at first sight seems just like any other young woman. But the truth is, she's far from ordinary. The women in Bong Soon's family are born with supernatural strength. Her mother, grandmother, and now she herself inherited this unusual ability. But there's a condition. The strength can only be used for good. If it's used selfishly or to harm innocent people, it disappears forever. Bong Soon struggles with this. On one hand, she wants to live like a normal woman, gentle, feminine, and ordinary. On the other hand, her strength constantly causes problems when she can't control it. She dreams of becoming a game developer. Now let's meet the two men who change Bong Soon's life. First, In Gook Doo, her longtime friend and secret crush. He's a police officer serious about justice and often protects Bong Soon, though he has no idea about her strength. Then we meet Ahn Min Hyuk, the young CEO of Soft, a successful gaming company. He's rich, eccentric, and playful, very different from Gook Doo's serious personality. But Min Hyuk has a problem. He's being stalked and threatened by an unknown enemy. Fate brings Bong Soon and Min Hyuk together when she stops a group of gangsters threatening a bus driver. Min Hyuk witnesses her raw strength, something unbelievable. Instead of being scared, he's fascinated. He immediately decides to hire her as his bodyguard. This decision sets Bong Soon on a path where her secret can no longer be hidden. From this point on, her ordinary dream collides with an extraordinary destiny. Working as Min Hyuk's bodyguard, Bong Soon's life takes a new turn. At first, she finds him childish, constantly teasing her, but over time she sees that he values her for who she is. Unlike most people, Min Hyuk doesn't see her strength as scary or unfeminine. He sees it as something powerful and unique. But the world outside isn't peaceful. A series of disturbing crimes rocks her neighborhood. A mysterious man begins kidnapping young women, locking them inside an abandoned building. Fear spreads across Do Bong Dong. This case draws in Gook Doo, the police officer, who becomes determined to catch the criminal. Bong Soon, with her strength, feels restless. She wants to help but struggles with revealing her secret to Gook Doo. As time goes on, Min Hyuk and Bong Soon grow closer. He learns her fears and insecurities, encouraging her to embrace her strength instead of hiding it. Meanwhile, Gook Doo grows suspicious and protective, especially when he notices Bong Soon getting closer to Min Hyuk. This creates an emotional triangle. Bong Soon stuck between her old crush and her growing bond with her new boss. The tension reaches its peak when one of Bong Soon's close friends becomes a victim of the kidnapper. Suddenly, it's no longer about distant strangers, it's personal. The criminal, Kim Jong-hyun, is revealed to be intelligent, manipulative, and obsessed with psychological control. Bong Soon cannot stand by any longer. She begins actively helping in the investigation, though keeping her powers hidden is harder than ever. At the same time, Min Hyuk faces his own problems. The threats from his stalker escalate, and his family fights him for control of his company. Through all of this, Bong Soon stays by his side. Their bond deepens into love, and they begin to trust each other completely. The biggest test comes when Bong Soon is lured into the villain's trap. Kim Jong-hyun uses her compassion against her, putting innocent people in danger. In one key moment, Bong Soon almost loses her strength because she uses it recklessly, forgetting the rule of her family. Strength is meant to protect, never to harm. But she regains her focus. Remembering her grandmother's teachings and fueled by her love for the people around her, Bong Soon rises stronger than ever. Together with Min Hyuk, she confronts the kidnapper. Unlike before, she doesn't just fight with raw power. She fights with wisdom and control. In the end, Bong Soon defeats him and saves the women he imprisoned, proving herself as not only strong, but also truly heroic. After the danger passes, Bong Soon's life finds balance. She no longer sees her strength as a burden. She embraces it as part of her identity. Her relationship with Min Hyuk blossoms. Unlike Gook Doo, who always tried to shield her, Min Hyuk accepts her as an equal. He never wants to protect her from herself. Instead, he admires her power and supports her dreams. This trust is what makes their love different and lasting. Bong Soon also finally fulfills her childhood dream. She becomes a game developer. And fittingly, her game's heroine is modeled after herself, a small but mighty woman who uses her strength to fight for justice. In the end, Bong Soon has everything she once thought was impossible: a career she loves, a man who accepts her completely, and a purpose greater than herself. She is no longer the girl hiding her power in fear. She is strong woman Do Bong Soon, a protector, a lover, and a hero. Strong woman. Do Bong Soon may look like just another romantic comedy on the surface, but deep down it's a story about identity. It's about how real strength isn't measured by muscles or fists, but by how you choose to use what you've been given. Bong Soon learns that her power doesn't make her less of a woman, but more of herself. Thank you for watching. Follow for more.